Hi guys สวัสดีนักศึกษาทุกคนนะคะ So welcome to my third video clip about informative speech in our speech communication course. Okay, so let's get started. Informative speaking, it's all around us. It's something most of us do every day. Whenever we give directions to someone, explain a problem to a mechanic, or describe an illness to a doctor, we are speaking to inform. Any speech is informative if it presents information to an audience. Okay, so in this video, we're gonna explore two important steps when you need to deliver an informative speech, which are preparing for the informative speech and organizing your speech. Okay, let's take a look at the four steps of the preparing stage. Okay, here we come to the preparing for the informative speech. Starting from analyzing your audience, choosing your topic, narrowing your topic, gathering information, and preparing visual aids. Okay, let's come a little closer to the first stage, analyzing your audience. Analyzing your audience, it's better to start preparing for your informative speech by getting as much information about your audience as you can, since it can help you prepare a speech that is relevant and interesting to your audience. And here's what you need to know. You may need to know age rank. What is age rank of your audience? What topic would interest them? If they are college age, an appropriate speech topic might be choosing a career, but if they are middle age, a good topic might be maybe planning for retirement or something. Yeah, that's about the age rank that you need to think about. The next one is gender. What is the gender of your audience? If they are both men and women, choose a topic that is interesting to both. But on the other hand, if they are only men or only women, you can choose a topic of specific interest to that group. Or even if they are LGBT or something, you may need to concern about this kind of factor as well. Okay, the next step is occupation. Is your audience made up of college students who also have jobs? If so, where do they work? What do they do? And if members of your audience have occupations in common, you could build your speech on this shared background. See? The next one is economic levels. What is the financial position of your audience? You would not, for example, try to inform the average college student about how to negotiate the purchase of a luxury yacht or something. It might be a great topic for a group of wealthy retired or the middle age or something like that, better than with the university students, right? Okay, you should think about this factor as well. And the last one is general background. Are your audience married? Do they have children? What are their attitudes, habits, their religions, their beliefs? It would not be appropriate, for example, to talk to vegetarian about the best steak restaurant in somewhere. Similarly, people who don't smoke would probably not be interested in a speech about different types of cigars, right? So your goal is to choose a topic that is of interest to everyone. Okay, that's about the general background. So this is the things that you need to consider when you prepare your speech. Okay. The next step is choosing your topic. After you have analyzed your audience, your next task is to select a topic that will interest your audience and appeal to you as well. It's always a good idea to pick a topic that you know a lot about or that really interests you. For example, this is the topic about an experience you remember vividly. Lisa, the speaker who had gone to a hot air balloon ride while on vacation in Australia, spoke enthusiastically about hot air balloons. As you can see from this example, you can see that the speaker chose her hands-on experience that's still really clear in her mind, like it just happened yesterday. So she spoke enthusiastically, which will result in her inner or her attitude when she informed the speech or when she delivered the speech, right? So this is very important. Choose the topic that the audience will interest and you will interest as well. Okay. Next, moving on to the next one, narrowing your topic. It is important to do this as it is impossible, as I would say, it is impossible to say everything about a topic in a short speech. So, how do you narrow an informative speech topic effectively? I recommend you to ask yourself this question. Is your topic specific? Limit your topic to one particular aspect. For example, like soccer. It's too broad, right? But the history of soccer or the basic rules of soccer are specific. And this could be covered in a short speech. So be careful when you choose the topic. Try to make it specific, not too broad, okay? The next question is, does your topic contain only one idea? So you need to make sure that your topic covers only one idea. For example, like choosing a hotel and buying a car in a foreign country. You can see that this contains two ideas, right? So you may separate in one idea or choose only one, right? You may choose only like choosing a hotel in a foreign country or buying a car in a foreign country. Choose only one at a time, for example. So this can narrow your topic and you can make it in time because you may not have much time when you give a speech. And the time for speech is very important. Speakers need to make it happen in time. Otherwise, it will be so bored, I would say, and quite impolite if you like speak too much. Okay. The next question, is your topic achievable? This is very important. Make sure that the audience are actually able to act upon, understand, or remember your information after your speech is over. For example, if you give a how-to speech on how to weave a Persian rug, do you think your audience will be able to weave a Persian rug after hearing your speech? Like if your audience are Thai people, for example. No, it's too complicated, right? What about how to buy a Persian rug? Sounds good. This is achievable because your listener or your audience can use this information if they go shopping for a Persian rug carpet, Persian carpet or Persian rug, I would say. Yeah. See, how to buy a Persian rug is more achievable than how to weave a Persian rug, right? And that's about the achievable of the topic. Okay. The next one, gathering information and preparing visual aids. Okay, this is also important. When you got your topic, your um, yeah, your topic. Gathering information would be another important step that you need to consider, and it depends on what kind of information you want. You may need the information from like doing interviews or do some research or use internet research and things like that. And the most important thing is that um, you need to cite the reference in order to avoid plagiarism. Okay, so this very important. Do not forget to cite the reference or cite the source. Okay, and for the visual aids, you will be explored and discussed later in the next video. Okay, the next step is organizing your speech. Okay, now we come to the organizing your speech. A good informative speech includes these components: attention getter, preview, body, summary, final remarks, and transitions. And I would let you see all of these components after finish explaining about these 6 steps, which are: step 1, preparing the body. Arrange the main points in a clear, logical manner. This involves choosing an organization pattern that fits your topic. In this video, these 8 common organizational patterns were discussed. You can choose any pattern that you think it match your topic. Okay? Starting from the first pattern, past, present, future. This pattern is perfect for explaining how something once was, how it has changed, and how it will be in the future. For example, in speaking of the evolution of the Olympic Games, and you may need this kind of pattern: past with the first main point, the history of the Olympic; present with the second main point, the Olympics today; and future with the third main point, the future of the Olympics. See, it's very interesting and looks understandable. Okay, next, chronological order. This is very interesting pattern. You can use this pattern to describe how events, activities, or process happen. Maybe by the hour, part of the day, week, month, or year. It can also perfect for explaining the steps in a process. For example, in speaking about making a speech, you might organize your information under these headings. Like the first main point is choosing a topic. The second main point would be gathering information. The third main point is making an outline. And the last main point would be presenting the speech. See, make it in a chronological order. It's matched with especially when your topic is about the how to or the process or things like that. Okay, if you want to present or give a speech about the how to, the step, the process, I recommend you to choose this pattern, chronological order. Okay, that's it for the chronological order. And next we come to the third pattern, problem solution. Okay, you can use this pattern to speak about a specific problem and ways to solve it. as it said by name, problems, solution. It can also be a positive or negative problem. For example, in speaking about the problem of choosing a college that's right for you, you might present the following solutions. The first main point would be read different college websites. Second, visit campuses of different college. The third one, talk to people who attend various college. And the last one would be talk to teachers at the college you are considering. Okay, and that's all about the problem solving pattern. The fourth one is location. Location pattern. You can use this pattern to divide a topic different geographical locations. For example, in speaking about interesting marriage customs, yeah, you may separate in like marriage custom in Korea, Thailand, Japan, and things like that. Easy, right? Okay, and that's about the location pattern. The next one is cause and effect. You can use this pattern to describe a particular situation and its effects. For example, in speaking about the effects of stress, you might discuss the effects of stress on young children, the effect of stress on on teenagers, and the effects of the stress on adults. Okay, clear? The next one is effect, cause. You can use this pattern to describe a situation and its cause. For example, in speaking about reasons for drug addiction, yeah, you may start by using the first main point, like the easy availability of drugs. The second one would be the need to escape from the pressure of work. And the last one, the lack of education about harmful effects of drug. Yeah, that's about the effect cause. Okay, next, advantages, disadvantages. You can use this pattern to talk about both positive and negative aspects of a topic in a balanced, objective manner. Like in speaking about the death penalty for those convicted of murder, you might include advantages of punishment and disadvantages of punishment. Clear? Okay? The last pattern, related subtopic. You can use this pattern, You can use this pattern to divide one topic into different parts or subtopic. For example, like in speaking about false advertising, you may divide in like for advertising on television, for advertising in magazine, for advertising on website, things like that. Okay, and that's pretty much about the common pattern that may help you plan the body of your speech. Okay, the next step is preparing a preview. You need to plan what you will say in your speech preview. This should be easy because you already plan what you will cover in the body of your speech, right? The most important thing is that you need to state the purpose of the speech and number the subtopic or subpoints or submain points. So the audience knows exactly what you are going to discuss. As you can see in this example, my purpose today is to tell you what to do in the event of a hurricane. I will cover 3 important topics. See, you need to state your purpose and tell your audience about your main points or your main point subtopic. The first topic or the first main point would be how to prepare for hurricane. The second one, what safety measures to take during a hurricane. And the last one, what to do after the storm is over. I would say that the preview part is very crucial because it will help the audience to see the outline or the big picture of your speech. It's like the introduction part when you write the essay. Okay? Next, prepare an attention getter. At the beginning of your speech, it is very important to grab your audience attention and get them interested in what you have to say. There are several ways to do that. You may ask your audience a series of rhetorical questions. What is rhetorical question? We use rhetorical question for dramatic effect, and we don't expect the answer. No answer are expected. Like, what can be with you as long as you live? What can you wear on your arm, your cheek, your leg, or even your back? These are rhetorical questions about the process of getting a tattoo, for example. It's quite interesting, right? You can use this strategy to grab your audience attention by just asking them with a kind of rhetorical question. No answers are expected. Okay? The next strategy is tell a story. As you guys already learned about storytelling, so this is the place where you can implement your story in the informative speech. Just tell the story, okay? And I would say that this strategy is very interesting. And I suggest you to use this strategy to grab your audience attention, and it works, believe me. The next step is state a surprising fact. Use the fact, but try to make it surprise. You can get almost everything you want without cash. Wow. Get almost everything you want without cash. And you can begin today. This is speaking about ways to trade skills. See? Surprise, but it's the fact. Okay? And the next strategy is state a well known quotation. You just use the quote or the quotation from someone who is very well known, like this, the quote from William Shakespeare. But please note that the quote that you're gonna use is well known for your audience, your particular audience. Otherwise, you can make them feel bored and kind of not into it. Okay, so be careful about selecting a well known quote. Try to make it relate to your audience. Okay, next, prepare a summary. Okay, every speech needs a summary. Every speech needs a summary of the information presented, I would say. You may need to remind your audience of what you said by repeating the main points covered in the body of your speech. For example, well, I've given you some very important today. You now know how to prepare if a hurricane is coming, what safety measures to take during the storm, and what to do after the hurricane is over. And in the box right here is the thing that is the preview section. See, it's matched with the summary section. What you need to do is just state your purpose, state your main points, again. Okay? You don't need to try to recap your all the thing that you just mentioned. No, you don't need to. What you need to do in a summary section is just repeat the main points that cover in the body, or you just copy. The easiest way is you just copy in the preview section right here and put it in a summary. And you can also observe that in the preview part, which is in the box right here, the speaker used future simple tense, right? Because it's about to happen in his or her speech. But in the summary part, right here, see, present perfect tense or even the past simple tense are mostly used to recap what his or her said. Okay? Just change the tense. Just restate your preview and change the tense. That's it for your summary section. Okay? Clear? Got it? Okay. This is another example. See in the box right here is in the preview section, and you just restate it by using past simple tense or present perfect tense. Okay, as you can see, the Olympic Games are very important to people all over the world. You just restate or just say something that is relevant to your content, and okay, restate the your main points. I hope that today you learned some interest information about the history of the Olympic. See, the history of the Olympic. The Olympics today. See, here, the Olympics today. And the future of the Olympic Games. See, right here, the future of the Olympic Games. Just restate, change the tense. That's it for your summary. Okay, next, prepare a memorable final remarks. Every speech also needs an ending that will leave the audience with something to think about or remember. It can be rhetorical questions, stories, surprising facts, or quotations from famous person. But the point is that you need to make it match with your topic and your attitude so that you can convey a memorable final remarks as it's supposed to be. Try to make it memorable. Okay? For example, former presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy ended one of his speeches with this quotation from the playwright George Bernard Shaw. Some men see things as they are and ask why. I dare to dream of things that never were and ask why not. Something like that. So again, you need to choose a kind of memorable final marks, whether you want to make it in rhetorical questions, you want to make it in a kind of story, surprising fact, or if you want to use a quotation form, that's okay. But be careful to make it match with your attitude and your topics and also your audience so that it can be memorable final remarks. Okay? Next, prepare transitions. Transition or signposts. These two words are used interchangeably. You can use transition or signpost. It's okay, it's fine. Transitions make it easy for your audience to follow your plan for your speech. They remind your audience where you've been and indicate where you are going. So, signpost or transition make it easy for your audience to follow. That's it. So, transition need to be in a transition after the introduction. You need to um, include a transition after the introduction part to signal the first section of your body. As you can see from this example. So, to begin, let's look at why people get killed or hurt by lightning. See, the signal word is to begin, right? And for this clause, let's look at why people get killed or hurt. So, this is a kind of something that linked to the first point. So, it means that the first point would be why people get killed or hurt by lightning, right? Yeah, this is how the transition after the introduction would be. Okay. The next one is transition within the body. Transitions are also needed between each section of the body. It will consist of two sentences. Again, transition within the body consists of two sentences. And you have two choices. There's two ways that you can choose. Okay, for the first thing that you may use in your speech is just review the previous subtopic and then preview the next subtopic. For example, I have talked about how to analyze the audience. This is the review the previous subtopic. Okay? And then preview what's next, what's come next. What's next, I will talk about how to choose a topic. So it means that the next main point would be how to choose a topic. Okay? And that's the first choice. Review the previous subtopic. So just use present perfect or past simple tense to kind of review what you have said. And then use future simple tense in the preview section right here when you want to preview the next subtopic or the next main point. Okay. The second choice is review the previous subtopic. The same, right? And then ask a rhetorical question. You don't need to preview the next subtopic, but you just use the rhetorical question instead. Okay? For example, I have talked about how to analyze the audience. Now, how to choose a topic? So it means that the next topic, the next main point gonna be how to choose a topic, right? But you put it in a kind of rhetorical question. Okay? That's two easiest ways to do it in a transition within the body. You can choose any ways that you want to. Okay, next. Transition before the conclusion. Okay, you should also include a transition before the conclusion. It acts as a signal that speech is about to end. When you state a transition before the conclusion, you just need to review the previous subtopic and signal the end of the body. Okay, review again, review the previous subtopic. Now that you know how to stay indoors during a lightning storm, so this is supposed to be your last main point, right? How to stay indoor during a lightning storm. Okay, and then signal the end of the body. So our investigation into lightning safety is complete. See, the word complete is the sign or the signal. It's the sign that you signal for the the audience that okay, it's about to end. This is the end of your body. Just complete, right? Okay, and that's all about organizing your speech. So here it is, the outline. This is an informative speech preparation outline that you can use it when you prepare your speech. There are three main parts: introduction, body, and conclusion, just like you are when you write an essay. But in the introduction part, do not forget to include the attention getter and preview. Okay? And in the preview, you need to include the purpose, your purpose of your speech, right? And then the main point or the subtopic or the subpoint. Normally we use like three main points, okay? But if it's just two main points, that would be fine. For example, like if your topic is about the advantage and disadvantages, the advantages or the disadvantages, two main points, that will be fine as well. Depends on your topic, but normally will not make it like, yeah, I would say like 3 to 5 main points or 3 to 5 subtopic would be okay, would be the best, I would say. Yeah, do not make it like 6, 7, 8 main points. No, okay, just 3 to 5, that would be fine. Okay, 3 is like a magic number, I would say. it's it's a perfect number, just 3 main points. Yeah, and then transition to body. Okay, write the transition and signal your to your first main point, right? And then transition between your body. See, right here. And then transition to summary, signal to the end, and then the conclusion or the summary. Just restate your purpose and restate your main points or your subtopic that you just already said in your preview, and just change the tense from future simple to present perfect or past simple tense, and that's it. Okay, very easy, right? And that's it for the informative speech. And do not forget to go back to your Microsoft team in the assignment section and explore your tasks. Okay, that's the reference. Thank you for listening.